Welcome to Bluebird Backcountry, probably one of the most unique ski areas in Colorado, maybe even the country. Bluebird Backcountry is a ski area with no chairlifts. It's a totally human-powered, backcountry-oriented resort. We are about 45 minutes from Steamboat right now, a couple hours from Denver, right by Rabbit Ears Pass, if you're familiar with that. So maybe an hour and a half from Breck, due north. So fairly accessible for us and a really good opportunity for us to come check out really what has turned out to be quite a cool project that these guys have started here. It's really the only ski area of its kind. You can tell it's very bare bones. They lay in skin tracks for you. There's ski patrol here. There's gear rental and sort of, basic set of amenities. But for the most part, the way that this resort was designed and conceived was to be an introduction to the backcountry. So if you're someone that skis in the resort a lot, is curious about the backcountry, this would be a really great place to come rent some gear, test it out, see if you even like it, see what you think about the uphill atmosphere, and really sort of get outside and try something new. So from my understanding, the sort of idea behind this resort was there's a whole group of new backcountry skiers that are looking to get in the sport or are sort of lightly interested, but there's a cost ceiling and there's sort of a level of experience and knowledge you need to get out there. So they built this place to provide an outlet for that. It's a place for people to come and try new gear. It's a place for them to come take avalanche courses. You can take lessons and really just sort of get a feel for what backcountry skiing and ski touring is all about without a lot of the danger. I'm not gonna say there's no danger. They do evaluate this area. So there's no bomb throwing, but they'll go up there and ski cut it for you and generally sort of make it safe. Like we're here, the avalanche danger today is actually high because it snowed a bunch over the past few days, but we can sort of reasonably ski around with a reasonable expectation that we're gonna be okay. So it's a really great place to come and try out backcountry skiing in a controlled environment.
For an area to learn, I think this would be phenomenal. If I had someone in my life that came to me and said, hey, I want to learn how to tour, go ski backcountry, I would definitely send them here. The Avi 1 and Avi 2 courses they run here are in a really great environment, super controlled. There's not a lot of people around. I think it's probably a good place for that. But also, after you took your Avi 1, you can come back here and really sort of ease your way into it. When you're skiing in the backcountry, things can go wrong, right? Like you can break your leg. If you broke your leg here, there's a ski patrol or the snowmobile like a mile away. So in terms of just a controlled environment, I think it's a really unique opportunity in that sense. Last year, this was in a different location. 2 years ago, they did a beta test in Summit County on Mosquito Pass that I was actually a part of, and I just didn't remember it until now, but they had basically set up a small tent, a grill, and were inviting people to come and basically test out this concept. And the idea was, if you come to Mosquito Gulch at this time, we'll have like light food for you and we'll have a guide taking you around and you can give us feedback on doing that. So seems like they had enough takers in the beta test and enough people last year that they realized, hey, we could do this with some cool or cooler terrain. And that's where Bear Mountain came about. So I think this particular area, especially for Steamboat, like Steamboat is not known for being it's not known for having great terrain, I'll say, not steep, certainly. So to have a mountain like this with this terrain is really, really cool. This is blocked off for us now, but it looks fun. There's probably a giant 50-foot cliff at the bottom, but it'd be fun for a few turns.
Oh, hi. Just look at the map here. We are now at the top of Rooters Ridge. That was a 831-foot climb and 1.04 miles. That was super quick. And that was straight from the base area, so the skin was nice. Skin track was already in. I don't know if they do that normally or if there was just someone up here before us, but snow feels great. Rooters Ridge is a double black diamond. Looks fun. The trees look a little tight, but it's good pitch. There's definitely a lot of snow, and we're sitting on top of the transition area right now, which obviously is pretty incredible. The view is amazing, and this cliff right here is very steep, but so far so good. I'm pleasantly surprised. The skiing, I guess, will be sort of the determining factor here, but the climbing so far has been great.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty fun. Fluffy, not bottomless, but I would take that any day of the week, especially Thursday. This is super fun. It's steep. Oh yeah. Definitely still backcountry.
Exploring.
They do events here occasionally. They had a big event board in the base lodge, so it seems like if you were trying to organize something for, you know, whether it's like your group of friends or you're trying to do it for avalanche safety or some charity or something, they seem to have a pretty good infrastructure in place here to put on sort of larger scale events. I think I even saw on the website you could rent out the whole mountain. I don't know why you want to do that, because there's nobody here right now. It feels like we have it to ourselves, but I don't know, man, like this is cool. I think it's totally unique. You know, I respect what they're doing in the sense of this is just, they had an idea and they went for it, and it's totally unique. And I think stuff like this in the ski industry, sadly, is sort of hard to find. It's few and far between, you know, it's like the industry's been the same for 30 years. So as more people get into the backcountry and as more people start to get interested in this, I think a spot like this is a great idea.
Coming into this, I think we thought this would be a pretty mellow, rolling, bluish terrain, but this mountain's pretty rugged. I mean, this cliff right here is burly, to say the least. So definitely cool features here. I mean, obviously this is not skiable, but there's a lot of cool terrain. This is a sign that tells you how much further you have to go mileage-wise, how much elevation gain, what the difficulty is, and also the skin track steepness. I mean, I've never seen that before. I'm into it. Really good sort of transition from resort to backcountry. It's cool. You know, I don't know why it's closed. The entrance looks really clean. No rocks. It does look sweet once you're down, like, on the apron. Like, that looks fun once it opens up.
Yeah. A lot of like really interesting cliff pits too,
Yeah.
if they were deep enough.
Man,
Potential.
Hey, I'm Wyatt. I'm a patroller here at Bluebird, and we just got finished mitigating a cosmic couloir for the day. Potentially going to get it open soon. We go in teams, and early season we stomp out all the layers. So all the layers in there are fused together, so there's not really going to be any slab activity. So now we're just kind of sloughing off the top so you don't get pushed into anything. For this part of the stay is probably the most gnarly couloirs you can drop into. And right now we just got a new snow of probably 1.5 foot throughout the whole mountain throughout the past 4 or 5 days.
that looks nice.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Wonder if it cliffs out.
Maybe.
Cool.
Wow, thought that was a PJ. That's my private jet coming to pick us up after this. We're on the summit. This has been a really nice day. The terrain here is super fun. Snow is great. Weather has been basically Bluebird all day. It's definitely still backcountry here, you know? I mean, they didn't clear cut runs. I mean, there might be some glading on some runs here, but this is definitely what it feels like when you ski in the backcountry. Like, it's thin in places, there are stumps, there are rocks, it's really tight trees in places, and there's no signage that says, hey, there's a cliff that way or whatever. So I think it does give you a very sort of authentic backcountry feel. So in that sense, it's a great place to learn. You know, I think when we just did that last run, more or less like every other tour I've done, at least on the downhill. And it's nice to have someone else set your skin track for you. That's a huge plus. Yep.
Okay.
the new storm snow is definitely really good and light and fluffy, but man, it's thin here. I don't know what elevation we're at, but I'm assuming we're actually pretty low because there's this 8 or 9 inches and then it's like dirt. So we're trying to be a little careful coming through here. It's fun.
Review of the day.
Review of the day. I was pleasantly surprised, I think. What do you say? Like, I feel like, I mean, I don't know, I didn't want to say this in the beginning of the video, but I sort of came in here thinking like, this is going to be a place for beginners to learn how to tour and try new gear and learn Avi stuff. But the terrain is actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a great day. I'll say that. Like, I think for the right person at the right time, this place is great. Would I come here if there was like 2 feet of new snow? No, because I think, you know, there are other places you can go, but I could totally see if I lived in Steamboat or Kremling or even Silverthorne or even Denver, like the season pass here is super cheap. It's like $100, I think they said. So if you're trying to get into it,
That's like 2 days.
right, yeah, it's totally worth it. Yeah, that's right. I mean, the snow was light and soft and good. It's a lot like Steamboat, right? Like that day we had Steamboat, the snow was very similar. You know, it's cold. Today was cold. It was like 9 degrees when we showed up, so the snow probably stays good for a while here. It's too bad they didn't have those back chutes open when we were here, because I think those look pretty fun and a little different. Yeah, I think we only missed it by a day, but I'm probably not gonna come back tomorrow. Today was Thursday. There's no one around. There was a foot of new snow last night, and the run that they directed us to like was already hit pretty hard. So it sort of made me think like, if you're gonna come all the way out here, yeah, you're right. I do think you could find unique spots, and you know, it's like any ski area. You know, the first time you go there, you're gonna do the same runs that every other person does. So I think if you know you came here a lot, if we came here again, I'd probably
Pretty good.
choose
Yeah.
a different run or 2 different runs. You know, but the place is super lappable. Like what did we do? Yeah, we did 2,000 vert, under 5 miles, and that took us like 2 hours. Like that was really sort of an easy day. So the mountain is super accessible. Like a lot of backcountry days are slogs, and it's definitely not a slog here. So I was happy. I mean, it's a work day. It's Thursday, so I'm outside. Yeah, I think in summary, we came here with like pretty low expectations in terms of the kind of day we were gonna have. We had a great day. I would come back. You know, it's a really unique experience, and I'm happy we did it. So I'd recommend it to anyone who's interested in something like this. So definitely recommended. 5 stars. Cheers. You know. We didn't do the passport thing. Here's a mountain hymn that I wrote for you all. For the partners I've been lucky enough to spend days with. For myself, never let the child inside grow up. For the hills and the never-ending freedom they bless us with, if we choose to take it. I don't really understand that at all. Does that make any sense to you? I mean, I guess it's nice.